Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSU81 and today we are going to take a look at the review for this Marvel Legends the Black Panther as well as this Marvel Legends Hatut Zeraze. Yes, these two is something of a special one because these are the only two that are not from the MCU movie. As you can see, even the Black Panther logo is different. So this is more like a comic characters. Yeah, you can also see the Black Panther is slightly different, and this Hatut Zeraze is actually a police force from Wakanda. It's like a security force or something like that, or they call it the Dogs of War. And from here you can see the comic illustrations of both of the characters. So from this other side of the box you can see they both come with the legs of the Atuma, and at the back of the box you can see both of the figures plus their accessory as well as the Atuma's legs. So let's get them out. So these are both of the figure right out of the box, and oh my god, the moment that I took him out, especially for this Black Panther, I just felt that oh, it is rather nicely sculpted. As you can see, I don't have any comics versions of Black Panther so far, but this is really nice. I'm digging this, especially if you take a look at his eyes. The silver paint does makes his eyes like he's glowing. Wow, this is really cool looking, and the body sculpture is really nice again. And I kind of like the even though it's all black, but the occasion gray of his glove as well as his boot does looks pretty good. And one thing that I do want to highlight is the foot itself does makes it looks funny. As you can see, it seems like you only have two toes here. And for those of you who doesn't like the cape, you can actually remove it. Okay, and let's take a look at the body. Yeah, you can see it's all black, but it's also of the matte material, which I love. Wow, this Black Panther is really something. It's something different than the MCU. And also I do notice something that is not really favorable, which is it kind of loose in a way. The figure does have some floppy side to it. Yeah, somehow for this figure, otherwise it looks rather nice to be displayed on the shelf. And the next one, let's take a look at this Hatut Zeraze. And again, this, even though it's all white and they do add occasion blue, I kind of like this blue though. It looks very nice on the figure, and here you have it as well. It's very nice, and this time I like the toes. You can really see the 5 toes over there, even though they are quite sharp. Yeah, this is what I wanted on this figure, but it's really good looking ones. Wow, I like the body sculpture again. It's very different compared to this one. Yeah, there are slight different there on in terms of the body sculpture, but this one does looks pretty good. Very naked, but it's still very nice. Again, if you take a look at the eyes, wow, my goodness, it's looking very nice. Whew, this is again a very nice figure at the back. Wow, this is very cool looking one for Hatut Zeraze. Yep, I think this is one figure that you can buy a few to kind of like make it into an army. Okay, now let's start with the articulation. I'll start with the Black Panther. So his head can turn to the right, turn to the left. Looking up, wow, pretty good. Looking down, yes, even better. So his arm can go 360 degrees. Going upwards, yes, about 90 degrees. An arm swivels. And there is also a butterfly joint. A double joint elbow. Is there a swivels here? Nope. Can shiver his hand going up and down. 2 points of articulations over here. You can turn his waist side to side. Belt is a separate piece that you can move around. Bending forward, yep, pretty good. Bending backwards, yeah, not too bad. There's a tight swivels. Kicking forward, yep, more than 90 degrees. Kicking backwards, just slightly. Double joint knee. There's a swivels on the boots area. Foot can go side to side, up and down. And let's see how well he can do a split. Wow, pretty good. And next we'll move on to Hatut Zeraze. His head can go to the right, go to the left. Looking up, yes, very good indeed. Looking down, yes, even better. The head for mine is pretty loose somehow. His hand can go 360 degrees. Going upwards, yep, more than 90 degrees. Arm swivels. There doesn't seem to be any butterfly joint for this guy. A double joint elbow. And can shiver to the side, going up and down. Points of articulations. You can shivers on his waist. Bending forwards, yep, pretty good. Bending backwards, yeah, not too bad. Height shivers. Kicking forward, more than 90 degrees. Kicking backwards, not going to happen. Double joint knee. And his foot can shiver to the side, going up and down. And let's see how well he can do a split. Not too good for him, not too good. So for the articulation, I think this Black Panther is slightly better as compared to him because he does have a butterfly joints and some shivers on the foot as well. As for Hatut Zeraze, somehow he's slightly limited as compared to him. And right up next, let's move on to the accessory for both of them. I will start with the Black Panther. This comes with a pair of open claws hand that is already on the figure, a pair of closed fist hands, and also the left legs of Atuma. As for Hatut Zeraze, he just comes with a pair of closed fist hand that is already on the figure, a pair of open claws hands, a pair of gun trigger hands, and also two of this weapon. The handgun looks pretty neat, but for this big one, wow, it just looks pretty good over there, even though it's just all black, but I kind of like this gun. And also a right leg for the Atuma. So as you can see, the Black Panther just comes with pretty limited accessory, just a pair of interchangeable hands. But for Hatut Zeraze, he just comes with quite a number of accessories. And next, I will show you how to put on some of the accessory. I will start with this Black Panther with the hands. So let's pull it out like this. Pop it back in, as simple as that. And the same goes for Hatut Zeraze. Just pull it out like this. Pop it back in. To hold on to his gun, you just need to slot it in into his finger. As simple as that. Now this is rather cool looking. Wow. If you are enjoying the video, do click on the likes button. Next, let's talk about the fun factor for each of this guy. Like I mentioned, you can actually remove his cape from him if you don't want it to. Yep, so it will have a different overall look for him. So this Black Panther is rather fun in a way that you can have two different look of it, and this is like becoming the very classic Black Panther look without the cape. And as I was shared by my buddy, you can actually interchange this head into another head, which will actually makes him more comic accurate look, as you can see on the pictures right now. So this is rather cool. Wow, if you were to have the old one and you put on this new body, it will look very nice. However, for this Hatut Zeraze, I would say that he will be rather fun as well. Like I mentioned earlier, you can actually buy a few of him to make an army of Wakanda forces. I believe it looks rather cool with maybe 5 to 10 of this guy, and you can have this Black Panther standing right in front. Wow, that would look pretty awesome as well. And next, let's move on to the size comparison. I'll start off with some Marvel Legends. So I have Namor here from the same wave, as well as Everett Ross. And next we have Okaye, as well as Nakia. Okay, they are both from the same wave as well. And still on the Marvel Legends, I have this MCU Black Panther, as well as this classic Spider-Man. Let's move on to some SH Figuarts. I have this Black Panther from the MCU, and also this Iron Man Mark 85 from the MCU. And next we'll move on to some Mayfax. I have this Deadpool right over here. Wow, I think they scale pretty well. As well as this The Dark Knight Returns Superman. And lastly, let's try to compare with some Mezco. I have this Sovereign Knight Batman here, as well as this Hellboy. Wow, okay, so I do think that these two actually scale very well with most of the brands. So my final verdict for them is, for Black Panther is going to be 8 out of 10, and for Hatut Zeraze is going to be 8.5 out of 10. Yes, both of these I think is a rather good figure. If you don't have any comic versions of Black Panther, I definitely think that you should collect both of them because it looks very good side to side. But if you already have the MCU Black Panther, I also think that this will actually make a pretty good additions to your Black Panther collections. So I do hope that you enjoy my review, and I certainly hope that it actually helps you to decide if you should grab both of them, and I'll catch you again in my next video. I hope you will click on these other videos right here.